Hello and welcome back to the Puncher's Chance podcast, and welcome to the preview show where we have a look forward at what's coming up in boxing. Shakur's been stripped of his world title and we've got another all-female card coming to the UK. We'll get into all that good stuff. Stick around if you like the sound of that. We'll start off with Shakur.
What's happened there then? Come on, explain it to me. I've only just found out this morning coming in.
Yeah, so Shakur Stevenson fought Teofimo Lopez for the WBO title.
I know that.
Up at super lightweight, and didn't pay his sanctioning fees to the WBC, which you have to pay if you hold the WBC title, even if the fight you're taking part in does not involve the WBC title. So he's refused to pay that. They've gone, well, you lose your belt then, and he's gone, oh, it's not fair. You treated me the same as Terence Crawford, etc., because we're mates. So it's a bit of a messy one. There's people to kind of see in both sides of it. For me, I think if you want a title, play by the rules. I don't really have much sympathy for Shakur. He knew what was the rules going into it, and you imagine he just decided it was unfair. But
so
to each their own.
The title he won against
Teofimo was the WBO, so he still got that one.
It wasn't the Teofimo Lopez fight where he got stripped of. Then.
No, so after the Teofimo Lopez fight, because he didn't pay sanctioning fees for that fight as the WBC champion. So they've let him fight for the WBO super lightweight as the WBC champion. Said, we're not going to strip it. We're not going to da-da-da as long as you pay us the sanctioning fees. He hasn't paid the sanctioning fees, so they've stripped him of the belt.
Now let's head over to Ben Thomas, who's a massive fan of the WBC.
Yeah,
and get
fan,
his immediate reaction to this. You know, your favourite organisation. What do you make of it all?
I can understand if it's in the, the rules for holding the belt, then like it's not as if they've just sprung it on him, and he'd obviously know we would have done it many times before in the other fights. He would have been fighting for the WBC belt or in other fights, but there must be a reason why he's chose not to pay it, because he would have known ultimately if he's not paying it, he's going to get stripped. I don't know whether maybe because if he's planning on sticking around to super lightweight, he might just be thinking, I don't even need I'm not going to go back to defending the WBC lightweight belt anyway, so I'm not going to pay the sanction fee. I'm going to save myself the money and the hassle of.
Well, they've been talking up the Devin Haney fight, haven't they? Which obviously would be at super lightweight or up at welterweight. So he's been talking up that fight.
But then again, he could just go, I'm not paying it. You're going to strip me. I keep my money. And then you're going to put me and Devin Haney against each other for the belt you've just taken off me. And I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
It's quite a smart way of doing things, man, ain't it? Save yourself a few quid.
If I was in his shoes, I wouldn't be paying nothing.
Sounds like a university student trying to get through to the next sort of student loan.
The annoying thing with it is, and it's actually not an annoyance with Terence Crawford, it's an annoyance with the WBC. We've seen the manner in which the WBC are willing to protect their champions when commercially it makes sense, when they're the biggest name, etc., etc. We've seen it with, Usyk with the Ajit Kabiel fight. Ajit Kabiel's not been able to get a fight. He's been the interim for God knows how long, and that hasn't been made. We've seen it with
who's the
Badu Jack at cruiserweights. He hadn't fought for years.
That's ridiculous.
Etc. etc. Yeah. But it seems that as long as you're willing to pay the sanctioning fees, then they'll protect you till the end of the earth. But as soon as the money dries up, then they'll happily kick you on the street and say off your pop. It's a frustrating sort of dichotomy between those two things. But at the end of the day, pay the fee, keep the title. Don't pay the fee, don't keep the title.
Do you think it'll set a sort of precedent for other fighters though? That we'll see the likes of Terence Crawford and Shakur Stevenson doing this and to do the same in the hopes of trying to change things? Or
I don't think they can afford to.
I suppose the organisations will just keep going. We'll just move it on to the next champion.
I think Shakur Stevenson. Well, Bud Crawford did it because he was retiring, and he thought, well, I'm going anyway, so I might as well keep the money. Shakur Stevenson, I think, knows he's good enough, big enough that someone eventually is going to. He's not worrying about where the next world title's coming from. We've said it in the previous episode. I still don't know who beats him in and around his weight category. I just think he is that good. So I don't think he has to worry about that. But for 99% of boxers, you're willing to chop your left leg off for a world title. So I don't think it'll set a precedent.
Maybe not, but
But a bit of fighter power, maybe. Obviously, we've seen the stuff with Zuffa and the way in which they're looking to kind of take away some of the autonomy that fighters have for the sake of their brand and their success in the space, which is one way of doing business.
It's not the right way, though, is it?
That's the benefit of the sort of Wild West that is boxing is at the moment. If a fighter don't want to fight, if a fighter don't want to do X, Y, and Z, then they're in their own interest to do so. So, from that point of view, respect to him. I certainly would rather you act like that than Dana White is. So
I'm hoping we do get to see Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney next, though.
Great. I mean,
that would be a good fight to watch.
We were talking about this the other day, weren't we? I was about to say great fight, and it is a great fight. I'm not going to let the TikTok.
It's got a theme of the Times Square.
I'm not going to let the TikTok comments get me down.
Some of them, mine. Fair play. Bravo, some of you.
It's not the most interesting fight in the world to watch as a boxing fan. I will watch it. I will enjoy it. And whoever wins it will be a phenomenally talented boxer. But there's more exciting fights out there to be made from a sort of a viewing point of view. But it's just as big or just as talented a fight as you can make pretty much in any division.
Who do you think wins between Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney? If you have to,
I think it's pretty straightforward.
I don't know, because obviously Haney's campaigning at welterweight. So if Shakur Stevenson's saying I'm coming up to welterweight to become a 5-weight division champion,
they wouldn't do a catch weight then.
Well, I don't know if Devin Haney would be willing to. I think Devin Haney's pretty confident in himself to say, meet me at welterweight, or or not. So I think at welterweight, that's a long way up for Shakur Stevenson. And we've seen Devin Haney, the way he hurt and possibly could have put out of there someone like Brian Norman Jr., who's a phenomenally talented fighter in his own right. Does Shakur have that same ability at that weight? I don't know.
I think Shakur Stevenson would win.
Do you think?
After his last performance
Devin
against...
too defensive.
But Devin Haney's performance against Brian Norman Jr. was miles better than anyone expected it to be.
Yeah, it was good, but I think he'd be too cautious against Shakur Stevenson. I think that's what will be the difference.
I would back Shakur Stevenson against Ryan Garcia more than I would against Devin Haney, despite
two of your favourite fighters
beating Devin Haney. I like Devin Haney. I think Devin Haney gets a bad rep. I think Devin Haney gets a bad rep because of Bill Haney. But what about Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
What about Ryan Garcia? What not about Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, we'll be talking about him next week.
Yeah, probably.
No, but going back, you touched on Zuffa. I think it's their third show this weekend.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of people talking about it, and I think a lot of the talk for Zuffa at the moment hasn't been about the action in the ring. It's about the action outside of the ring that Dana White and the backroom team of TKO, I think it's TKO, they're making all the decisions, are doing. There's an article in The Guardian that I read the other week, and you're just reading through it and you're thinking, oh my God, it sounds mental. And at times I'm thinking, surely this isn't true. Surely some of the stuff that they're, at the end of the day, they're giving the fighters the choice, aren't they? They're saying you can sign with us and this is everything that you have to, abide by and all that, or you don't sign with us. And I think some of the stuff I was reading, if you're injured and you're in a free fight contract, they take a fight off your contract,
what they're trying to get changed at the moment, so they have I can't remember the exact details of it, but they have a minimum pay.
It's a free fight contract, I think a lot of fighters are signing.
Yeah, but there's a minimum pay. So that the reason for that is because you currently legally can't tie anyone down to a longer one, I believe, as per the Muhammad Ali Act. But they want to be able to basically tie somebody down, I think, to a 5 or 6 fight contract, and they only have to fight every 6 months, and they have a minimum pay that they have to pay fighters. And if you can't fight because if they don't want to give you a fight, they can basically hold you for, what would that be, 3.5 years without a fight, and pay you, I think, like $9,000 a year to do so. And you can't fight on another organization or, wear any other brands or anything like that.
I don't understand why fighters would limit themselves to that. Like, I can see why it happens in the UFC, because
they're the best. They're the biggest.
It's the organization that everyone wants to fight for. So I think some MMA fighters get to a point where they're so desperate to fight in the UFC and just want to be a UFC athlete or, be known as a UFC fighter, that they'll sign anything put in front of them. But with boxing, it's not going to work the same way because there's so many different options out there. And it just restricts them so much, even with I think, what they can wear in the gym. They've all, in the ring, they've all got to wear the same. So it just restricts any possibility of making any money outside of what they're going to give you in your contract. I just don't see why fighters would go for it.
Yeah, I can't see it, but to each their own. And the problem is at the moment, we were pretty firm on our stance on Zuffa Boxing, and that we sort of said we didn't expect it to kind of change our viewing habits all too much. And at the moment, they've not given me any offerings that make me really excited. And I think maybe if they had some more British fighters, that maybe there might be.
This weekend, the best one they put together?
No, the last one they did, the 3 10-rounders that they had on the last one were probably the competitive.
They were quite entertaining, competitive fights, but they're
not the biggest of names, are they?
Yeah, and I think
But look at this weekend, Charles Martin. I didn't even know the bloke was still fighting until they announced it.
I don't know. I feel like most of the card they put together I think they've been good competitive fights, like across the card. I don't know, they just feel like those type of boxing shows are like gatekeeping boxing fans would enjoy.
Yes, yeah.
Like those certain Twitter accounts are just like, would be like, oh, you didn't watch, some Thai fight in the middle of the night, early hours of the morning. You didn't stay up for that in 2014.
Yeah.
You're not a real boxing fan. Like,
yeah, you didn't fly to Phuket to watch, the
kickboxer against
against some
he's
a bit like that.
You don't realise how good this card is and how good these fights are, but ultimately I don't think there's enough interest there at the moment.
Nah.
I don't think what helps as well is the commentators.
Wow,
I think I'm watching it. I watched the first thing and I thought, right, let's see what this new Paramount, boxing on Paramount and all that. And I'm listening to it and I'm thinking, this is mental how, they're making me, it's sounding all exciting and all. And then they talk about the fight, and the guy that they hyped up and all is fighting a guy that's got a losing record. It's baffling because you kind of see these matchups on a small horse show, don't you? Where you've got, and you don't get that sort of same reaction. And for me, at the moment, it does seem a bit like as much as some of the talent they've got is good, it does seem a little bit small horse with the sort of opponents, but they've got the backing, they've got the funding to make it sound...
And the production, it looks very impressive.
Yeah. But yeah, I think there needs to be conversations. And if you're a fighter, well, even a promoter, you're not worried by Zuffa, are you? You're not losing sleep over what they're doing at the moment. In a year's time, we could be saying something completely different. But at the moment, you're chilled.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too worried. One promotional company, however, that over the last year or so have pulled up a few trees is Jake Paul and Most Valuable Promotions.
Is this our first time we're talking about Jake Paul in 2026?
It very well might be, to be honest.
Gosh.
It might be.
It's over a month.
And they've gifted us with we had one last year, another all-female card, world title fights, a brilliant main event. Back on Sky Sports as well in the UK,
which is see boxing back on Sky Sports,
which is even better.
Andy Clark commentary as well. Come on,
there's lots
Andy Clark will be on.
There's a lot to look forward to with that, and there's lots of great stuff. Albeit Jake Paul's just shot himself in the foot by tweeting about Puerto Ricans when his biggest draw is of that descent. So we'll have to see where Amanda Serrano has to sit on that one, but. For the time being, Caroline Dubois, Terri Harper as a main event.
What a fight.
I'm looking forward to that. The back and forth they've had already is making me really excited for it. But I think they could put a really good card together. They've only got 4 fights announced for at the moment, I think. But
that Easter weekend.
Oh,
it's mental. I don't know why I've booked the weekend to go away, because you got Wilder, you got Lauren Price over the road, Wilder Chisora this. And what was interesting, talk about the face-off, Caroline Dubois is trying her hardest to get under the skin of Terri Harper, and she's not allowing her.
No, I think Harper's been around a long while. She's been in the game. I forget she's as young as she is sometimes, because she's been around for a long, long time on the scene, and she's so talented. She's fought 4 or 5 different weights, won titles at most of them. She's a tough opponent for Dubois, but Dubois talks a great game. You know, how she comes from the same, bloodline as Daniel, who, leaves his hands to do the talking, or certainly should do. Yeah, there's she's great, I think, for the sport.
Yeah.
There's been a bit of a kind of blowback on it because people are sort of offended by it, but grow up.
Why?
I don't know. I think
there's a genuine hatred between the two of these.
Mm-hmm.
Much like we said, was it last week or the week before? Josh Warrington and Lee Wood. It's that exact sort of rivalry.
If you've been on if you regularly go on Twitter, you know that this fight has been bubbling away for the best part of a few years.
It's going to be a brilliant main event. I think.
And I think Terri Harper represents a challenge that I don't think Dubois had yet in her career in terms of the level of opponent. She's had some good opponents and she's won in some very good fashions, but I think Terri Harper would be the hardest of those challenges. But equally, Dubois is a very good fighter and has all the ability to cause Terri Harper some real problems. She might not be the best opponent that Terri Harper's faced. She's been in there with some top girls, Sandy Ryan and the likes. But yeah, it's going to be a good one ultimately.
And like Ben said, it's good that boxing's back on Sky Sports and all, and we've missed it, and hopefully this can be the start of something for MVP over in the UK. There's so many female fighters at the moment in the United Kingdom. Boxer have got the majority of them now. Eddie Hearn.
Well, Boxer have just got
Lauren Price
and Lauren.
But what I mean is, like, MVP seems to be collecting
all
of them.
Yeah, they've got Chantal Cameron,
signing them all.
Emma Dolan, Ellie Scott, who's going for undisputed on this card. They're all fighting on this card.
I want to see Elizabeth Ashoba on this card.
I think she will be.
She has to be.
From the pictures that we've seen on Instagram and the management posting, I think she has to be on it.
Yeah, and there's been a number of cards in America that she should have been fighting on, but there's been some issues getting a visa for into America, which is always, more fun and games with that. But you can't imagine there'll be any problem or any issues her fighting on this one. But yeah, this is great. I think this is a really great platform on Sky Sports. To see I've got a young cousin who is really into her women's boxing now, and she was watching the Fran Hennessy fight the other week, and now I'm getting a message from my uncle saying, "Can you find me a women's card to take Louise to?" And then this dropped on Twitter, and I went, "Bang! There you go. Have your lot."
So
world title
where
fights.
Are they doing it?
Olympia.
Yes,
London,
Olympia in London. So it's a decent venue again. It hasn't quite got the kind of Royal Albert Hall magic, but
I really enjoyed that.
That was a kind of one-off event venue type of thing.
Apparently, I think it was Boxer that tried getting back to the Royal Albert Hall
Jamie
this year.
TKV, I know.
But it was for Jamie TKV main event, but I think it's happening now.
I can't imagine it'd be a cheap venue to have. But yeah, I think for all his faults and frustrations with Mr. Paul and the ways he continues to
we've said nothing bad about Jake Paul on this podcast before.
I'll happily say more bad about him if he continues to act in some of the ways he does. But for what him and MVP have done for women's boxing, the investment, the platform, putting them on Sky Sports, the fact that the first piece of boxing back on Sky Sports is going to be pretty much all the best women this country have to offer in the ring is brilliant to see.
I did say the other week as well, when they first announced that this might be happening, before they actually put it out there, that it's a good little corner of the market, I think, for Sky Sports to get back into, in terms of just, if it is just a focus on women's boxing and with MVP pouring on the best of the best female fights, that's a good.
And we've seen the entertainment value. If you're talking particularly casual viewers. For if your Facebook dads can get past the fact that it's two women having a fight and that won't offend them, and you actually just pay attention to the boxing, they're so entertaining. The 2-minute rounds do them so many favors. It's such brilliant viewing all round, and there's some such high level fights here. I think this is the kind of thing that if you're flicking past on Sky and you go, "Oh, hang on, what's this?" There's every chance for it to entice you pretty quickly.
The only difficulty with it is the fact that it's going up the same night as Chisora and Wilder.
No, it's the night after.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Sunday.
Sunday.
I thought they were the same night. Oh, that helps.
Yeah, is it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, is it? Or is it Saturday, Sunday?
Lauren Price is Saturday.
So it's Saturday, Sunday, yeah.
Saturday, yeah.
Unless Misfits is on the Friday. I can't remember, the Misfits Pro.
Let's have a look,
but it's a busy weekend either way.
They
they've
must
all
be
crammed
putting
them
the
in.
Misfits Pro Oh, no. Saturday, that is.
That'll both be on DAZN.
There's no
won't
way
it?
they've got Chisora fighting on a Friday night, surely.
Well, I
That
don't
is
know. You never know.
So the all-female card's Sunday.
I believe so, yes.
Saturday the 4th, yeah. All-female card.
Is on
At the
Sunday.
Olympia.
Oh,
So it's not even clashing. It's on a Sunday night.
Have your Easter Sunday dinner,
Yeah.
whatever you have. Have an
It's
eat
going to be some weekend there.
with an Easter egg. And watch some boxing. Sounds good, don't it?
Sounds like a dream.
Ah.
Early predictions on Dubois, Terri Harper. How are we feeling on that one? It is a tough one to call, isn't it?
I can't remember what the fight was, but didn't I say that Terri
Yeah,
Harper
Dixon.
has
Yeah, it was the
Past
Dixon
it.
fight.
You,
Was it
you
that?
said she was washed, basically,
she was
against
done,
Rhiannon Dixon.
she was finished. Bang! Straight in my face.
Brilliant.
She didn't
performance.
finish. For those who know the joke. She's only 28, all of that. Do you know that one?
Well done.
Oh, you're too young.
Well done. Well done.
yeah,
well
no,
done. Bravo.
yeah.
We're meant to be professionals here, Sam.
What? She's not finished. She's from Britain. That's a
Well
classic.
done. You sound like
It
you sound like a
hard one to
granddad
call.
there.
I think I'd probably have to edge towards the bar.
Ooh, I'm edging the other way. Harper.
Are you?
Yeah.
He's done a full 180 him.
Yeah.
The biggest fan now.
Try not to get whiplash on the turn. Yeah, no, I think
Don't sit on the fence.
Draw.
Look,
I never
look.
sit on the fence. I think
I'm trying to think of the fight now. Hang on.
you'll never think of it. I think Dubois is the favourite going into it narrowly.
Well, she's
Actually, nah.
it's-
But no, I got to back Yorkshire. Yeah, nah. Terri Harper all the way, 100%.
You two going Harper and going to bar.
I think.
Yeah, but I can change mine.
Also,
I can,
sorry, hold on.
April
He said.
up until April the 3rd. No, when will we film it? March. April the 2nd, it'll be coming out, that podcast. So up until then, I've got time
I
to
think. I think.
I think it'd be close, but
I think Harper's looked best at lightweight compared to when she's brought up at welterweight and super light, and this is, I think, her division. I think when I don't think Dubois will shift her as early, and when that happens, possibly she can ask Dubois some questions that she hasn't been asked of before.
What sort of questions?
You all right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like that sort of
stuff.
okay.
You know, what's the geopolitical state in Southeast Asia? That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just ask a few
interesting
different.
questions then.
Yeah, you know, you might
fine.
stump her. You never know. But
And that's how you
know,
win a fight, see?
That's what I do in the ring. Yeah. I
just in
just
the middle of the ring.
play some mind games in there.
Have you seen that? I know we're going very much off topic right now, but have you seen that video of the guy in the MMA fight? He's got it. He's in a lock, or whatever you call it, in a clinch, and he's just tickling his opponent's feet.
It's
It's a tactic. It's a good tactic.
Yeah, if you need to, if you have to. I wouldn't recommend doing that in a boxing ring. I
Nah.
think the ref might have a few problems.
It'd
with
probably
that
be a
one.
little bit of a pain.
Also,
Untie your gloves,
I've
take
heard,
them off,
yeah,
and
it's quite hard to
yeah.
tickle people with the boxing gloves on. I've heard from a friend. If you
Hasn't-
like the
he
sound
hasn't
of
helped
that, if
himself
you guys
there.
have an opinion on any of that, opinion on
We
us.
can't end on that, surely.
I know you guys will always give your opinion on us, guys. So we
Yeah. Who wins? I think there's a question for people at home. Who wins?
yeah. I suppose this
Caroline
is close
Dubois,
enough.
Terri Harper, because we are split.
I think Dubois will be the favourite.
Caroline
in most
Dubois now,
people's. I think Daniel Dubois would be the favourite as well if he was to sub in.
Yeah.
But no, I think Dubois will be the favourite in most
Yeah, I
people's.
think the ball will go in as favourite.
Terri Harper signed with MVP as well, hasn't she?
She is now,
okay,
yes.
So it's not
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an A-side. And okay.
No. So
Alright.
yeah, it's very much a 50-50.
Happy
Yeah.
days.
Let us know, unification fight. Let us know what you think of that. Otherwise, we'll be back next week to preview Ryan Garcia, Mario Barrios.
And what else?
I believe. Valentine's Day.
No, come on. There's one more fight. Don't say it. Come on. You should know this fight happening next week.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no way the best female fighter in the world's fighting.
No, I'm not even talking about that.
Because Katie
that's
Taylor's...
the following. That's on
is that
Sunday.
the following week?
Do not worry about that. That's
I
on
didn't
the
know
Sunday.
Katie Taylor was fighting that week.
There's another fight. Oh, well done. There's another fight on the Saturday of 21st of February that you are missing, and you will kick yourself.
Well, it's the 14th next week, mate.
It's the 14th this week.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
what's
I'm
happening next
confused.
week?
It's a great question. I have seen it.
Come on.
Clarissa Shields is fighting on that night,
correct.
isn't she?
She's fighting on the Sunday. Undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. She's going
You've
for.
stumped me.
Should we? You know one. You know the fight. You're gonna kick yourself.
I probably am. Oh, it's Josh Warrington Lee Wood. Of course it is. Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
god!
I
It
thought
took him a
that
minute.
was the week after for some reason.
Well, you thought the 14th was next week.
Yeah, I was
So
getting confused on my
We've
dates.
also got a card in Cardiff, hopefully, to look
We
forward to.
do,
I think
yeah.
it's on the Friday
On
night.
the Friday night, yeah, it
next
looks
month,
like.
Next week.
Yeah, so much going on.
Surely not.
Yeah, I can't believe I didn't figure. I saw
Sam
obviously
Hill show.
Josh Warrington brought Lee Wood to Leeds Nottingham Forest.
Yes.
Cardboard cut out. He didn't want to show up to watch his team lose, but there continues to bubble away that one. It's going to be good, isn't it? And also
Looking forward to
massive
that fight
props
week.
to the Matchroom promo department for that one because
Yeah,
that was
good.
that
was about
preview's going to be good because I think we're going to be split, and I think it's going to be interesting to see your prediction for that. Do you go with your
it's a head and heart moment.
Head and
isn't it?
heart, yeah.
I really do think it is. Wait and see. Subscribe if you want to know. Will I go against the Leeds Warrior? No. Or will I back
heel turn
my
of the
own?
century?
We'll
man.
have to see.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about all of that. We'll see you all next week.
But punches chance. Punches Chance Podcast.